to buy a centre-back from Spezia. Spezia is not AC Milan or Inter or Atlanta even, list. Spezia. The way they got cooked in the first goal is like, it's beyond embarrassing.
Disgraceful.
Bro. QER is not good enough. But why the fuck Partey is now start playing as a right back? Help me. He even did have a good game, but this is proof that Mr. Arteta or the Spanish Ted Bundy, this guy is not reliable on the youth. Okay, the reason Saka plays day in and day out is because he's already had his position solidified within the squad. If Saka was like in the same situation as Ethan Nwamweri, an upcoming young kid, he would have bare minutes. Like Gabriel scoring a hat trick. Wow, what the fuck do you do? Here we go again with, we don't need a striker. We have the Sherman Sharaf and Gabriel Jesus. I have to recall when Arsenal beat Sporting 5-1, there was some schmuck saying that Gyökeres is a championship level ready striker. This is unbelievable. Yeah, we won the game, but it wasn't a good performance. What the fuck? By the way, what the fuck did Sterling do tonight? Somebody explain to me.
Money. That's it.
That's it. Right?
This was the game that exemplifies that Raheem Kardashian, but you should leave football and dedicate yourself of being a professional glory hole. Fuck it.
Bro, this guy needs to go to the Saudi League. If there's ever a player that needs to go Saudi League, it's him. Bro. Followed by Trossard and followed by Jesus. Jesus, thank you for the goals for us to proceed today. But at the end of the day, until you start performing consistently, my opinion of you will not change. Well done today, and that's as far as my praise can go. I can give a player a good. When Jorginho performed against West Ham, I gave him props. I gave him props. If you perform for a game, I'll give you props, but I'm not going to change my mind unless I see consistency. I've seen consistency from Timber. That is why I like the player. You know what I mean? I've seen consistency from Saka. That's why I like him. Other players that I rate in the team, I've seen consistency. Trossard, I like you, but it's time to go. It's time to go. I get it if you don't like the manager. I get if you don't like the way you've been treated. I get that you may not like the fact that as soon as we get an injury to Odegaard, you get shoehorned into the number 10. I get it. But at the same time, Arsenal come first, innit? And ultimately, if you're not going to give 100%, you still have to keep it professional. You have to still keep it professional, whether you're happy or not. And if you're not, ultimately, you need to leave. The first one needs to leave is this manager. Because once again, if we pick a starting lineup like this in another competition, Champions League, we're getting eliminated.
Oh, God.
We're getting eliminated.
We'll get finished.
You know what I'm saying? Against better opposition, we're getting eliminated. And yeah, people will talk about, we should have started the starting players. And I agree, this shouldn't be in the lineup. But the fact is, this is the team, whether we play the first team or not. Remember, this team that started today is the team that is looked at on the bench to impact games when plan A doesn't work. So let's not forget that. This is we're still putting on Trossard to change the game. Sterling to change the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Moreno to change the game. Jorginho to change the game. Did they do anything today to show you that they can change the game? Ethan, I told you, you're not going to be able to rely on him. I told Hooks, I said, you're not going to be able to rely on a 17-year-old week in, week out to change games for you. He shouldn't be in that position in the first place. He should be third choice. He should be third choice number 10. But we're in this position. Now you're going to get games like this. Is it fair to blame Ethan? Yeah, he wasn't great today. Was he set up to win? Was he set up? Odegaard played well. Odegaard's got way more experience. Odegaard was at Real Madrid. He went on loan to Real Sociedad. He's come to Arsenal. He's been the starting number 10 ever since this process. You can't compare the two. I'm expecting Odegaard to have a bigger impact. He's a player that's got more experience. Ethan's learning how to play at this level.
Why can't they play together? What's his name? Odegaard and Nwaneri? Why can't they play in the same team? Why does oh bloody, I can't think what his name is. Marino, that's it. Why does he have to be in the team? He is absolutely useless. Let me
Serves
tell you,
nothing.
like
Absolutely.
he's absolute wank, that geezer. He don't do anything. Everything he touches is just absolute nonsense. It's useless. I've never known anything like it. We give 35 million for this geezer with a year left on the deal. It's madness, mate. Like, why can't Nwaneri and Odegaard play in the same side? So just change things up. Have two attacking on either side and someone holding in the middle. I don't understand why he can't do that. But he does like for like stuff. When we need a goal, he's bringing on Jorginho and Partey at right back. I don't understand what this geezer does. Like, I just can't make any sense of it, boys. It's madness. Like,
But we won, mate. We won. We won,
yeah. Honestly, my son, yeah. My son plays FIFA.
We sound like moany old men.
I know, mate. Listen, my son plays FIFA on his little Nintendo Switch here. He's 7, and he makes better tactical substitutions in game than Mikel Arteta. Honestly, it's madness. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see what you do there, son. Yeah, fair dues. 7 years old.
Hey, listen to this. A statement from Arteta. Now we can rely on Jesus.
Bro,
what's this just now?
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Sky thing now, man. I'm reading it, man.
I'm telling you, this guy is not going
I'm
to get
so pleased for him.
He
says, I'm so pleased for it. It's been a long period for him without goals. And today, to score 3 goals, the 3 types of goals that he scored. Well, one was offside, by the way.
Yeah.
2 chances.
2 was offside. 2.
Yeah, 2. And many actions he was involved in. He looked very sharp.
Is he going to look sharp next week?
Seek motivational
Exactly.
speaker.
Yeah. Come
Is he going to
Saturday.
look sharp
It'll be interesting now. It'll be interesting that what he does on a Saturday evening.
I'm telling you, yeah. With Jesus, his performance is exactly what Nketiah's performance was against Sheffield last year.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. He's going to get his hat trick now, and watch, he's going to go and complete things.
Big up football capo, man. Big up football capo every single time, man. Big up my G. Let's get football overseas in as well. Big up football capo. What are you saying, bro? What'd you make of this game?
Yeah, I'll say that as Arsenal wasn't as sharp in the first half. As if you look at the first minute, you guys didn't start the game well, because you can see by how Crystal Palace scored early in the game, and also towards the end how Crystal Palace was managed to get back into the game in the 85th minute. It shows your defense still needs some working. Also, you need a striker as well, because I don't think Jesus will help you guys. Harvard will not help you guys to play there. You guys should have gotten a striker last summer. That's what I believe. As a rival fan, I'll say you guys should have gotten a striker last summer.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, bro. You already seen what Normski just said, what the manager, re-quoting what the manager just said. Before this game, he said that Ethan can play in the 9. He also said he's going to see the availability of players that we've got, which means that the more players we got back, which most of our players are returning in January, next month, that he doesn't expect a busy January, bro. So we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything this January, man. We're not going to do it. And we're going to wait to the end of the season when we win nothing. Yeah. And then it's going to be the conversation what we should have done in the summer. I reckon if we do manage to stink our way to win the Carabao Cup or A Cup, they'll change the goalpost. They'll move it and say, well, he won something. He's now going to build. He's instilled the winning mentality. I thought the winning mentality we should have been instilled after the first year. You won the FA Cup. At least go out there and then win the Europa. Then I could have understood the winning mentality. You know, and some people may look down on the Europa League, but at the end of the day, we've never won it. So I wanted to win it. That's the one thing that Spurs have got over us as a club. Spurs. You're telling me this manager's not good enough to win the Europa League, but he's good enough to win the Champions League? Based off what? What?
Yeah, I feel like Arteta is not a good enough manager. When Arsenal hired him, he didn't have the CV to impress me as well. So I say, in terms of how he arranges his team, the defense, and also the tactics, I feel like you guys should get a better manager. You guys expect to win titles like the Premier League. You're not going to win it with Arteta in charge. You're not going to win the Champions League with Arteta. He has spent like almost $1 billion, and you guys have gone like the last 3 seasons trophyless, except from winning like small trophies like the Community Shield and FA Cup to show it. It's not good enough for amount of money he has spent. Otherwise, career at Arsenal. And I feel like also your board is satisfied with making Champions League football, so don't think that really want it to be a title winning side.
Well, do you know what this is looking like to me? And then anyone can go that wants to have their say. It's looking like Ten Hag. You know what I mean? At the end of Man United, when individual players are saving a manager despite the manager making the wrong tactical changes. What I mean by tactical is the lineup. The in-game management, he had no other option but to bring these players on. You know what I'm saying? And because they're better, that's why we won the game. But ultimately, he's costing us. He cost us in our last game to drop points against Everton. He cost us against Fulham. He cost us against Bournemouth. He cost us against Newcastle. But as soon as we win a game like this, the majority of the fan base will be back on board. Like the Man United fans were back on board with Ten Hag. Every time you thought it was the game to really start asking some serious questions, or pull out a win. And then they'll forget about everything else they've been seeing during the season. And it's, but we just won the game. We're going to kick on. We're going to kick on. Eventually, it's going to catch up to us. We've seen this already with managers. You can't keep hiding that because he's not improving. He's not improving. Do you know what I mean? He's not improving. You can't tell me.
Regressing.
Yeah, what he's doing is not sustainable.
Go on.
In terms of how he's setting up the side, and even his own way of coaching, it's just not sustainable. You know what I mean? Because as I said, from that Everton game, when he just, because you know Arteta, he will throw players on in the 70th minute, yeah, and it might be one or two. You could see from that on that Everton game, he threw 5 players on within about the space of about 10-15 minutes. And when he did throw them all on and did his madness, you know, nobody knew what was going on. You could see the players; they didn't have a clue what was happening. Yeah, it was just completely baffling. He's actual the way he sets out his team and stuff like that. It just doesn't seem like he has a clue. So he literally panicked. You see him rubbing his thing, and he goes, "Oh my God, what do I do now?"
We couldn't play through their press in the first half. The reason why we couldn't transition is because they were pressing us every single time we got the ball. They were even forcing Ethan backwards because Ethan got the ball and was driving forward. He had to start spinning around because he's looking. Where's the run?
There's no one there. You're too static.
Yep.
Where's the run from Jesus? No run. Where's the run from Trossard? No run. What's he supposed to do with that? How can you create when everyone's static?
But the problem is, like, he ends up as a scapegoat, doesn't it? Isn't it? You're gonna find some parts of the fan base scapegoating because you all wanted him on and now he's not doing anything. In the last game, he got scapegoated. People were having a go at him. Listen, I get it. He's young. Probably it's all down to Arteta how he manages his minutes on the field. And the thing is, the way he treats him. So he brings him on 10 minutes, to try and save a game. Or it'd be the other way where we won the game. I would just go in and have a kickabout. What kind of confidence is that? What's that telling you? You need, you want to go in there and have some kind of confidence and have some kind of input to the game. So today, yes, he didn't have a great game, but at the end of the day, you got to allow him, as also I said, if you've got static players around you where you're not creating, you look at Liverpool, they're just creating little triangles. They're 10 men. They're 10. I think I sent it to Matt. When they were playing, what was the team they were playing? Fulham, right? Mm-hmm. Fulham were playing with 11 men, and Slot made a tactical change, right? Brought on 2 attackers, played Gravenberch in that he obviously played in a holding, but when they were defending, they went to a back 4. When they were attacking, back 3, and then the other 4 players, it's literally just overflowed the 18-yard box. You would never known that Fulham had 11 men or Liverpool had 10 men. But they almost won the game. But his in-game management, Slot, he adapts to any kind of little change of things. And he's by far a better manager than Arteta. There's a lot of managers in this. The only reason why Arteta gets away with it, because he's got good players. And it's the good players that are going to get him out of the mess. But when it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
And the good players are the ones that were already here as well, by the way. I just wanted to add that. The good players that are getting him out of jail are the ones that were already here when he was signed as Arsenal coach.
We're going to have this manager is going to have to manage these next 2 legs. And I'm telling you, he cannot hide from whoever we get ready to play now, because the teams that we're playing now will be better coached and be better prepared, whoever it is, because there's no more running and hiding now. he's gonna have to earn whatever we doing going for the rest of this tournament. He's gonna have to earn it. It's not going to be, I can go out there and do this and that. And, if you think Jesus is just going to walk out there and score 3 goals against Tottenham, if you think he's going to go score 3 goals against Manchester United, if you think he's going to go score 3 goals against Liverpool, Newcastle, it ain't happening. Ain't happening. We are not going to be able to make the mistakes that we have made, that we have seen in the last 3, 4, 5 games with other teams against these teams we're going to play in these cups. I'm telling y'all now. Manchester United is here to win this cup. Amarin is going to want to win some silverware, and he's only been here. How many managers have we seen come into this league, and in the short time that they're there, what's the first thing they win? Carabao Cup. They go right after the Carabao Cup. He is going to come in with a team that's ready to go. Watch this. And ladies and gentlemen, they may actually have some new signings by the time we play them. Hello.
Yep,
they may have 1 or 2 new signings by the time we play them. So,
well, the interesting thing as well, going far in this competition in the Carabao Cup, yes, now we've got a 2-legged semi-final. We're now looks like we probably will qualify automatically for the last 16. Yeah, and then it's who we then get in that last 16. That's going to be a double leg. As you rightly said, Matt, he's going to have to now manage, and coach and work out what system is going to work. That's why I'm saying we have to go into the January window and do something, but we ain't going to do it because you're just going to go off the back of this guy scoring a hat-trick tonight, and that's it. So it's all sorted now. And then once he's happy, the mass fan base is happy, and that's it. Yeah, but we'll see. We're going to see how he coaches his way through these next matches, as well as stay in contention for the league.
Do you know what?
Do a lot of thinking.
He's going to panic and remember it all, bro.
That what I clocked, is that first half, Tierney could barely go forward. Couldn't transition the ball. Ethan, when we got the most out of Ethan, we didn't do anything that we did against Preston and Bolton. We did not apply that to that first half when Ethan was on the pitch. When against Bolton and Preston, Sterling was woeful in front of goal, but he was making runs. He was actually making runs and stretching play. You had wingers that were actually stretching play. Every single time, we come and applaud Jesus in the second half. But in the first half, every single time Ethan tried to progress the ball, Jesus was losing the ball, falling over, was shooting it straight at the goalkeeper. Sterling wasn't making the runs. Trossard couldn't cross the ball and couldn't hold on to the ball. He was falling all over the place. This is what Ethan was dealing with. This was how the team was playing around him. Jorginho wasn't progressing the ball, going or making runs forward. Moreno was passing it backwards, sideways. Partey was kicking back. This is a thing, I'm not going to hear no talk, about, listen, Ethan wasn't great, but look at how every player was playing. We weren't playing like this against Bolton. And this is why I don't like this manager, because how can you coach the team to play expansive and go forward and impose themselves against Bolton and Preston North End? But then when we go up against Crystal Palace, Ethan doesn't have anybody around him doing anything. There's no movement. And you're expecting him to change everything. He was already the game changer against Bolton and Preston. And now they weren't even doing what they were doing in those games. There was no movement. It was static. If he plays a through ball into Trossard, he's not making the run, it's going to go out of play. And then people are going to say, oh, Ethan was mispassing the ball. He can't play a pass if the winger is not ready to make a run. What do you expect him to do? If your striker isn't holding the ball at least and recycling the ball and then making a run behind the defender, what do you expect him to do? What do you actually expect him to do? Mm-hmm. A number 10 can make move. Ozil would make movement because he knew that Alexis Sanchez already was making a run. He was only clocking already where the player was going to. He was anticipating already where he was making a run already. But you have to start the run for the number 10 to see that you're making a run. He can't just pass the ball. Then you're saying, oh, he's losing the ball. It was a joke. The way we played in the first half didn't accommodate for somebody to create anything because we were woeful in everything that we did. Yeah. In everything that we did. And then we couldn't even play through the press. They were pressing us back to our box every time. That's why we didn't create anything. And the manager had no answer. And Yasser's right. They were playing long balls over the top. That's how the first goal went in. Long ball over it was from the goalie.
Easy.
From the goalie.
One ball over the top.
Kilio, as a centre back, you do not let the ball bounce. The ball can bounce anywhere. It can bounce literally anywhere. And if that defender's already in line with you, he's already anticipating it, making his body big, barging you off the ball, which is what he did, and then he's through on goal. You make sure you get your head to it, you head it out, and then that gives time. Yeah, even if the ball is floating in the air, it gives it time for your defenders to get back into shape, and then you got numerical advantage. You didn't even do that. You just let it bounce, and then he's looking all over the place. He didn't know where the ball was, and he didn't know where his man was. It's poor, man.
Schoolboy defending, man.
Yeah.
Schoolboy, bro.
North side. Do you know what as well? And boys on the panel, people in the chat, we're going to actually see Mikel Arteta's real intentions, because I've just been having a look, and I mean intentions towards this cup, yeah? So we're obviously in the semi-final, weren't we, boys? The first leg is sandwiched after Brighton away and before Manchester United at home in the FA Cup, which then also follows by Tottenham and Aston Villa, etc. The away leg is just before Manchester City at home. Just thought I'd let you boys be aware of that.
Let's see how he navigates this one.
That's exactly right. That's the point I'm trying to make, Normski, my man. Yeah. We'll see what sort of time the team he puts out, and I suppose it could be dependent on who we draw. I don't personally think we'll beat Liverpool over 2 legs. I think we could beat them in a one-off game in the final. Over 2 legs, I think Anfield, if they turn up the way we planned, it could be over in 1 leg.
Slot is going to want to win. He's going to want to win a trophy.
Exactly right. Liverpool Arsenal final. I think it's fit. Who knows on the day? But if we draw Liverpool in the semi-final and in amongst them fixtures as well, I mean,
it's more games, isn't it? It's more games. Yeah, small squad, more games, and it depends up until that point. Is there going to be who's going to be fit, who's not going to be fit? Yeah. We just don't know. We just don't know.
Yeah.
I hope we do get Liverpool. I hope we do. Because the way that they gas up this team, I hope we do. If we're so great, we should beat them.
Yeah.
If the fan base
we've been told we're better than Liverpool. We've got a better squad than Liverpool. I heard
this is what I'm saying, Nomski. So let's go out there and prove it.
I don't know where I got that information from, but I just happened to hear somebody talking about it.
Word on the street. Yeah, word on the street.
Word on the street. You know what I mean?
If that's the case, I want to get the toughest games in every competition. If this team really is what the fan base gas it up to be, then prove it then. Then I'll shut my mouth. I'll say, okay, fair enough. Prove it.
I
Go up against the best, bro. I don't want to hear no excuses. No excuses at all. You can't gas this team up and then say, we want an easy run. Well, you're gonna have to face, if you get to the final, you're gonna face more than likely one of the best teams anyway. So you might as well. I don't care when I face them. I really don't care when I face the best teams. My team, our team should be ready. If they're so great, they should be so good to face this team. So I don't want to hear it. But that's crazy, man. So we got the first leg before Man United, yeah?
Yeah. So it's just after Brighton away in the league. It's the week commencing the 6th of January. So we've got Brighton in the league, and then it'll be that cup game. And then it'll be Manchester United in the cup. And then after that's Tottenham in the league, Aston Villa in the league. And then there's 1 or 2 sort of games. And then it's Girona in the Champions League. That second leg of the Carabao Cup. And then Manchester City away. Yeah, Matty, that's what face I'm sort of mentally pulling and all, bruv.
That Girona game is going to be a tough game.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Sandwiched between real tough games. And 2 away fixtures as well beforehand. So you've got Brighton away and obviously Girona away. Yeah.
The manager's going to have to manage, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to manage. You got to put on your manager's cap.
We know we can't do that, Matty, bruv. We know we can't do that.
We know it, but now it's gonna be on the world display for everybody to see. We know that.
Yeah.
All of us know that. We know what time it is. Now he's got to go to work. See, he got off the hook. He got off the hook big time tonight. Because those idiotic statements he put out yesterday, and then the company he had to win this game. He should be taking Jesus out for a steak dinner tonight. Because he saved him.
He didn't bring like that, Matty.
He saved him because this manager was on thin ice tonight after those comments he made, and he's still on thin ice with me for as concerned. But he definitely had to have it. He's not. I just realistically, when you look at this, you know it's going to be a disaster class in there somewhere with those fixtures. Out of all those fixtures he just mentioned, and you got half our fans. They think we're gonna roll into Girona. Oh yeah, we're gonna roll into Girona. We'll turn them over. Okay. All right. Well, you're going to find out what time it is when you play them too. You're going to find out what time it is. This manager is going to have to manage, and we already know he's not going to do that. So now it's just basically sit back and watch, and just look and see. Because see, after tonight, another person that need to be sitting around should need to be looking at himself in the mirror. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, another game where he's really not had to sit on that bench, and then he's slowly becoming more and more irrelevant, Yeah, I know Jesus scored tonight. Let's talk about Sterling. Let's talk about Sterling. Let's get on Sterling, because Sterling is we don't talk enough about him.
Right,
He said we have not seen the best.
I don't know if you realise this.
Yes,
Sterling was actually at home playing Fortnite. That was his AI.
That's AI Sterling. AI Sterling. He said we have not seen the best of him. Then, bro, if that was what I saw tonight, I hope that wasn't the best, because I damn sure don't want to see the worst of him.
But do you think he needs a run in? Do you think he needs a run?
Nope.
No.
He needs to run from the club. Yeah, run as fast as he can away from the club.
Run out the club.
He needs to run out of the club. He should be playing for Southampton.
We've seen enough bums at this club have a run and show you exactly what they are. Like, it's not even about a run. Like, I feel like in football, the biggest myth is they're low on confidence. I don't want to hear it, bro. Yeah? If you've got the quality, you've got the quality. If you ain't got the quality, you can have a lot of confidence. Doesn't mean you're good enough. It don't mean you're good enough. Have you got the quality? I don't think he's got the quality. Go on, Francisco.
No. I think what's the problem is that Raheem Kardashian, that's why I'm calling him, is a misunderstood player. Like, his ass is so fake, like that he has such a strong, his own ass as a massive center of gravity that doesn't allow him to make a run. You know what I'm saying? But no worries. Arsenal is linked to Madarashi.
Bro, I can already see it already. I can see it already.
Yeah. And I want to think one thing about Liverpool. They have Arnie Slot. Most people do. They want ESF is so far is doing well. But the narrative they are putting is, but he inherits the same squad as Jurgen Klopp's from Klopp's. That he has a Rolls Royce. Do I need to remind you what happened to this Rolls Royce last season? Especially after they won the Carabao Cup. But anyway, the thing is, we already knew this is a short squad. 22 players for the run of games that Arsenal have is not enough. They need quality and quantity, something that this team doesn't have. Look at the fix that we have. Now Arteta, after he's bragging, I want 3 titles. Yeah, really cool.
Francisco, he thought, because he played the bench against Bolton and Preston North End, that he can do that against Crystal Palace. Well, reality check, you can't. Yeah. You can't. This is why you had to bring on Saka, you had to bring on Odegaard, you had to shore it up with Saliba and Gabriel, because this bench, they're good enough to beat Championship level, League 1, League 2. They're good for that. But as soon as it's Premier League teams, even if it's the lower teams, they're not even good enough to get you the 3 points. Because what he wanted to do was rest the bench, rest the starting 11. That's what he wanted. That was the whole point of it. He wanted to rest them. You know what I mean? Champions League, and to see if he can still try and get back into the title race, even though we know it's done. But it doesn't work because you had to make quick changes. You had to bring on Odegaard real quick.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to play him for 45 minutes. Otherwise, he would have started him. He didn't want to play this player.
Rest in that first half, bro. Yeah. Rest.
He needs the rest because his beard needs his beauty sleep. But anyway, the thing is, it's like, this is what is nerve-wracking about Arteta. He knows he's not going to play a Championship or League One team. This is Crystal Palace. He's not doing well. This is a cup. And I'm sick and tired that this manager and then most of this fan disregard the cups. A win is a win. It's true that we won, but we have to bring the big guns in a game that were really tough. And luckily, Crystal Palace managed to took out Eze and Mateta. they were cooking us. They were cooking our defense. This is a proof, okay, that this squad overall is not good enough. We may have a decent starting 11, but our bench is not being fixed under this manager.
Mate, our 10 out of 10 summer consisted of California Marino, which basically is like signing Oleg Luzhny and Denilson. Like, what is the point? I mean, like, this is what we think is going to be progression, and that was our summer. That was our 10 out of 10 window. Do you know what? It's not even 10 out of 100 or 1,000. Like, it just ain't. It's that bad. And we've been repeatedly told by all these top gunners and these big Arsenal fans that the last 3 summers actually have all been labelled 10 out of 10 windows. That's 30 out of 30 windows here. What, you're telling me signing Jesus and Zinchenko was 10 out of 10 now? All right, we got a bit of hindsight, but even still then, weren't enough. Kai Havertz was, yeah? And then now this lot, these two. You're telling me that's 30 out of 30 windows? It's not even 3 out of 30, boys. Come on, man. It's madness. The signings, that's what's killing us. You need to have these boys. We've got such a bad squad. We need to have a fit squad. We need to have an informed squad. And we need to make signings that actually come in and hit the ground running. Neither have happened this season. Neither.
I hear it, man. Football overseas. You had a question for the panel, yeah?
Yeah, I have a question for the panel. If Arsenal wins both the Carabao Cup, will it be enough for Arteta to be given one more season?
Sorry, the Carabao Cup and
FA Cup.
An FA Cup.
Nah.
No.
No. For me, I'll take the cups. I'll celebrate them. I would celebrate them. They're trophies. Trophies that go into our trophy hall. I would celebrate them. I'm never going to hide from that. Personally, me. I'll take the cups, celebrate them, and then give him his P45. You know what I mean? And say, listen, you're done. You're done. It's simple as that. Because and my argument to him would be Wenger, with less money, was winning cups more consistently and wasn't dropping out of the top 4 until we got rid of him. And yes, he needed to be moved on, but I would say that Wenger was better value for money, even in the last 10 years. He was better value for money. For the money that he spent, the players that he lost, for him getting FA Cups, he was achieving that with less money. So I don't understand how you get more money and more backing. You don't lose your star players. And yet you can't even match that. You can't match that. So I'll just say, listen, sorry, it hasn't worked out. Thank you for building a decent starting 11. But yeah, it's time to go, man. It's time to go, personally. Definitely. Listen, I'm going to redirect me for the emergency meeting, and I need to jump onto that. We'll go around. Dels, big up, bro. Shout your ting, bro. If you got your channel, shout your ting, bro.
Bro, YouTube channel's about to start, but my TikTok, Del17, just like the handle, you feel me? But yeah, man. Big up to all the chat, the panel, all of that, bro.
Big up Dels, man. Normski.
Normski, yeah, bro. Big up. Normski TV, Wednesday show, 6:30 live. What's going on podcast. So I'm taking a couple of weeks out because it's obviously both the Wednesdays are Christmas Day. I know North Lady gonna say, no, you need to work, man. You need to work. Okay. But yeah, so we're back in January the 8th. But I'll be probably setting up some upload some pre-recorded previews for the rest of the games this year. So yeah. So check me out, Normski TV, 6:30 on a Wednesday. That will start back live at 6:30, January the 8th.
There you go, man. Look out for Dels' channel. Make sure you subscribe to Normsy TV. Arsenal X-rated, man. Shout your ting out, man. Love for jumping on, brother.
No, anytime, man. Always a pleasure. Thanks always for having me on. Big up as well the panel, chat, always first class. Real talk here, innit? Proper. That's why I like coming on. Yeah, I'm at Arsenal X-rated TV, Instagram, obviously YouTube. I've got a little cheeky preview coming up next week. I've got a little stream live with my dad, who's a West Ham fan, just to talk about how crap we both are, unfortunately. Yeah, let's get it right, innit? So,
that'll be a good one. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. No, he's looking forward to it. Yeah, I had him in the Arsenal shirt. He had a bet with me, the silly sob, yeah, for the West Ham game. He might have seen it, I don't know. He was like, he messaged me on WhatsApp. He was like, son, I'm feeling a little bit brave today, son. I was like, we'll have a little bet about the West Ham game. I was like, what's the terms then? Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'll tell you what, if we lose, I'll put your West Ham top on. And vice versa. I was like, what an easy bet, you silly mug. Anyways, yeah, on my next stream, there you go. Just flare it in here. I've got him round here. put that on. 1991 Arsenal shirt, his little face, mate. Honestly, it will live with me forever. Live with me forever. But yeah, man, like I said, yeah, if you want to, anyone wants to have a little watch, that's where I'm at, man. Big up as well, always, brother.
Nah, man. Come on, man. Make sure you're subscribing to Arsenal X-Rated as well. Francisco, love for jumping on, bro.
Thank you very much, man. Always happy to jump in, and Arteta out. Fuck him.
What he said.
This is what I'm saying. This is the Portuguese energy, bro. They ain't got no patience.
They ain't got no filter, bro.
When it comes to football, boy.
The filter's broken, man. There's no filter. You know what I'm saying?
Let's let all the money. That's all the money.
Portuguese are born without filter.
Without.
I like it. I like it.
Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I'd be honest. Sometimes I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It's fun when you're giving it, but when you're receiving it, sometimes you're like, yo, take it easy. You know? No patience. But no, big up Francisco every single time. Football overseas. Shout your channel if you got a channel, bro. Love for jumping on.
Yeah, I have a channel. It's called Football Overseas. And you can also find me at Instagram at _FOYT 2019 _. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
There you go, man. Make sure you're subscribing to the panel, man. Everyone that supports the channel, real talk. Support the real one. Support the genuine content creators. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to all the mandem. Do you know what I mean? Big up to everyone. We're going to redirect to Lee emergency meeting. I'll be on in literally 2 minutes. Northside raid on the way in, and I'm out. Love.